a big trap. A big trap because the market is full of developers, but do they know how to create software properly? I tell you from all research that only 3% of developers worldwide are capable to do a simple tic-tac-toe or fifth-but-kata in a way that looks like an engineer. So baseline, I'm not talking the way of creating software that I witnessed in Formula One. So normal software engineer, let's say junior. But if then you match them against a social environment where they have to communicate indeed to understand which is the customer needs, which is the product they will need to build, the amount from 3% goes down to 0.9, let's say 1%. So the probability to get a good developer is 100. So I can absolutely rely that when you were looking for developers, you took what we call mediocre, or people that are indeed creating software, but with a gigantic amount of technical depth along the way. Then you said something that is intriguing me. You said that you arrived to a center point that you understood something, and I'm looking to understand what something was, and then you fired them all, except 10, 8. What did you find that was the trigger to say, hey guys, let's shut the shop and rebuild it from scratch?
Yeah. So when I first started hiring managers to run our software department, things got a little out of control. Myself usually would say, hey, I need this thing built. And then it would be, 2 to 3 times over budget. And I'd get a product that wasn't even close. And I'd be like, okay, like what happened here? Right.
I know the
And
story.
yeah, and what would happen is the software engineering team would decide like, oh, we should do this feature. There'd be scope creep. There would be new things added that made no sense. They thought it'd be great. So like an example is fault codes. Fault codes are like numeric numbers that come up when you have a check engine light comes on. So our
Yep.
database used search by number. And our team was like, oh, we should be able to search by description. And I'm like, guys, so they did it, right? They spent like weeks building this thing to search by description. Like, this doesn't help anybody. Like, I search for oil pressure and I have 18 fault code results. I don't know which of the 8, like, this didn't help anybody. Like, why did we do this? And like, well, we thought it'd be a good idea. And there was so many like good ideas, but they weren't industry people. They were software engineers. And there was a lot of friction because I would get involved and they're like, well, why the hell is the CEO getting involved in software development? What's he know about software development? He's not a software engineer, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, look, we just have a disconnect here of what the end user needs. That's number one. Number two, when we introduced time tracking and actually started to that was like, you would not believe the revolt I had when I was like, I need to know how many hours we're spending on this project. Like when we make a project, there needs to be an estimate. And I need to know how many hours it actually took. Like, is the problem we misestimated or is the problem we're slow? Like, what? We don't even know. Like, we were flying blind on every single project and spending millions of dollars a year and nothing was getting done. And the scary thing is I've talked to so many other software companies or companies that have software divisions that do the exact same thing. A project should take 6
It's the
months.
norm.
Yeah, I just talked to this is a $1 billion company I was talking to. They had a project that was supposed to take 6 months. It took them over 3 years. And they were proud of themselves about getting it across the finish line, right? And I'm just like, oh my God, like at least I'm not the only one in the same boat. So
Yeah.
it's frustrating.
Yeah, but you understand the craziness of this industry. So you have company that they are doing even 1 billion revenue in software, but who will pay this software? Customer that get pissed because you have developed something that when I as a customer see what you have developed, I ask myself, like you ask yourself, why did you build this feature? Who told you?